We have been facing tough times in our marriage, so I gave my wife an ultimatum. I, 35M, have been married to my wife, 37F, for 7 years, and we were together another 3 years before that. We also have a daughter, 5F. From the outside, our marriage appears to be perfect, as she and I own a nice house within a great school district and are both able to work full-time. Her job requires her to do some travel and wants her in the office 3 days a week. While my job pays a bit less, but this gives me the opportunity to work completely remote and spend a lot of time with my daughter, as well as keeping up with the daily tasks in the house. Now, for the past 4 years or so, my wife has shown basically no interest in our marriage, and we have started acting more like roommates to each other. We also have basically no more romance or intimacy. When I say intimacy, I know some people's minds will instantly jump to intercourse, but to me, intimacy means so much more. Hand-holding, kisses, cuddling, and obviously intercourse as well. None of these are things my wife wants to do, which makes it painfully obvious that she isn't interested anymore. It is just such a difference from the initial years, because back then, we were an amazing couple. Furthermore, my wife also shows no more interest in my life, as for example, she no longer remembers important events, like our anniversary and my birthday. Our last anniversary, she actually canceled the dinner plans that I had made for the two of us, because she had to work late on a Friday and had to travel for work the following week. Struggling with these issues, I have reached out to a therapist who suggested couples therapy, and he also gave me some recommendations on where I could go. When I brought this up to my wife, however, she immediately dismissed the idea, saying that there was nothing wrong with her or the relationship, and that she doesn't need therapy at all. Kind of surprised by her reaction, I made multiple suggestions to her on how we could possibly improve our relationship, but she dismissed all of them. How about a family vacation? No, our daughter won't appreciate it. How about a romantic getaway for the two of us? No, I'm too busy at work. Okay, then maybe taking our daughter on a bike ride and going out to lunch on a weekend? No, I would rather stay at home and relax for a bit, because I am busy at work. Let's just say that after a few tries, I gave up trying to initiate anything with her, and have recently started to look for an out. I watched my parents in a failing marriage for a decade, and don't want to put my child through that. I have reached out to a lawyer and got the divorce papers ready, and made sure I would be able to buy a condo in town to keep our daughter in the same school district with her friends, since I wouldn't be able to afford our house by myself. I recently informed my wife of the steps I had taken when our daughter was at a playdate, and told her that I was seriously considering leaving her, since I feel like I don't matter to her anymore, and have experienced that our relationship is never a priority to her. I told her everything about my exit plan, and informed her that if she doesn't make changes by the new year, I am going to file for divorce. She didn't really take this lightly, and we got into a big fight, where she basically told me that I was a manipulative asshole for blindsiding her like that. I told her that none of this would be an issue if she had only cared a little bit about our relationship, or at least pretended to do. I finished with voicing my concerns for our daughter, that I didn't want her to see how unhealthy our relationship is, to which she stormed out. All of this happened just yesterday, and I do now know how to feel right now. Am I wrong in giving her an ultimatum, or should you have done the same? Please give me some feedback. Update 1. Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for all of your replies and messages. I received a ton and haven't been able to reply to them all, as it has been a crazy couple of weeks, unfortunately. My marriage is over, and after talking to my wife, I realized that it had been over for a long time already. The day after I made my post, I contacted my lawyer and we started the divorce process. Now you might wonder why the sudden decision. Well, it turns out that she has been cheating on me for around 4 years now. Not surprisingly, the time when she started to show signs of withdrawing from our marriage. She has been cheating with a co-worker of hers, because she felt like she was no longer attractive after having a child, and thought I was too busy with work and childcare. More recently, however, she began to develop feelings for him, and was already considering leaving me, which she is now free to do. When I gave her the ultimatum, she was surprised that I was considering leaving her, and thought I had found out about her affair, and confessed everything to me 2 days later. The hardest part was breaking the news to our daughter, which we sat down and explained that we are splitting up, but that we both loved her more than anything. My daughter was understandably upset, and is having a tough time, so I am currently looking into therapy options for my daughter, and assured her that she should always talk to me on how she is feeling. Luckily for her, my wife and I are going to stay geographically close, as I'm going to be moving into the condo I had found for my exit plan. I will be moving in early January, and my wife is going to move in with her co-worker about 15 minutes away. With the sale of our house, I will be able to pay off a large portion of my new home, and according to the lawyer, we can have everything wrapped up by New Year's if it goes smoothly. In the meantime, I'm going to start rebuilding my life. I did not get married with the intention of getting divorced, but here we are. I am going to work on myself and my relationship with my daughter, starting with a holiday where we can both relax. I am going to surprise her with a trip to Disney this winter, as I really want to make her happy and create some happy memories. With regards to myself, I am going to continue working on myself and will try to be the best version of me that I can be. I don't know what the future holds, but I suppose I will figure it out eventually. Update 2. Hi everyone. I figured I would give one more final update. My divorce has been finalized, and I feel exhausted but relieved, as I am looking forward to starting the next chapter of my life. These have been the longest 6 months of my life, and I'm happy it's over. I do still feel a little empty on the inside, but my friends have assured me that it will pass eventually. I have gotten primary custody of our daughter, so I get to have her on most weeknights and more than half of the weekends. She and I are both doing well and adjusting to things bit by bit. I'm still working on myself and still have a long way to go, but my therapist assures me that I will get there. My daughter has also been talking to a therapist that we found for her, which is going a great job at helping her work through her emotions, and so far, she has been handling the situation well. I want to thank those of you that have sent me some kind words. If anyone is going through a similar struggle, I understand what you're going through and hope you find the strength to do what you need to do. Take care.